tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yes.
Raise a red solo cup.
We do have a
To the
live.
An
F word.
AFTERBUZZ cup.
Yeah.
I'm surprised we found the song.
I'm
We got
surprised.
it up there pretty
I'm surprised it's
quickly.
out.
Yeah. That's good.
Should we let it go a little longer?
Hey guys,
Yeah,
welcome to
we'll
the
do
show. This is AfterBuzz TV 2016. We are in January. What is it?
The 24th.
24.
At approximately 19 hours. And we're having a good time here. We just watched the show. We're with the whole gang. Let's start off right away. I'm Steve.
Oh my god, you've done your research.
This is
You know the
great.
show so
Yeah.
well.
Thank you so much.
You're so good at this.
Why are the microphones pointed away? That's what I kind of want to know.
Because you're really loud.
Is that what it is?
No.
Why are the microphones pointed away?
Hey guys, and welcome back to our after show. As you can see, we have a very special guest, Steve Howey, everyone.
Woohoo!
So
Yeah.
much. I like how you really put the emphasis on special. 'Cause we know what that meant. We know what that
Yeah,
meant.
they're very special.
Special.
Yeah, like I'm sure your mom told you when you were growing up.
That was special. You're right. Don't let anybody make fun of you, Steve. Don't worry about it because you're special. Dang, Mom! All right.
Does she talk like that?
She has a little bit of a lift.
Okay.
She has a little bit of a
No judgments.
Midwestern talk. Yeah.
Awesome.
That's cute.
I grew up on a sailboat, and then there were times where she had to homeschool me, and she said, Steve, after I do a body shot off your father, I'm going to smoke this joint, and then I'm going to teach you how to do Roman numerals and fractions. And so, it never happened. Because
So you had a similar upbringing
Yeah.
to the Gallaghers.
a little bit. Yeah, we all fit in very well.
Yeah, you-
Each character is very similar to the actor that plays. So
I believe it.
Yeah, I mean,
So you bring a lot of your growing up experiences to Kevin's
sure.
character.
Yeah. A lot of the character is my brother. A lot of the character is myself.
How old's your brother? You guys close in age?
We're not. We're like 9 years apart.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
same brother from another mother, literally.
Okay.
Same father. Yeah, I have brother and a sister. They're twins. I have twins.
Weird. Yeah.
Boy and girl. So weird. But yeah, we're very, very tight now. But we don't say like.
Do you
half
play them
brother.
audio tapes so they can be the tennis players?
Oh yeah, exactly.
Literally my most
Subliminal
favorite thing this
messaging.
season.
You're gonna be.
Yeah.
Your backhand is gonna win every match. I actually had to record that in ADR,
Oh, I'm sure.
and they wanted more lasciviousness in it, and it was like, how dirty do you want it to get? It's for Kev's daughters. They're like, you want it to be seductive. You're going to be the best ever. So I guess I don't know. I don't really listen to a lot of self-help tapes, obviously, but they apparently are very like the modulation is lower, and you are going to achieve everything you think of. The secret. I never read The Secret. I don't know. I don't watch Oprah.
Well, if the acting career ever, takes a halt, I think there's something else you can do.
You got a backup plan.
Steve Howey's opening his own audiobooks. You're going to be great. You're not a whore. You just like to be with lots of people. Don't worry. That's just a pimple on your lip. You're okay.
So how is that in real life having.
Oh, good times here at AfterBuzz TV, 2016. Sorry, go JJ.
So
What's
how
your
does it,
question?
my question is so you have the twins on the show, and then
Yeah.
you have the 3 kids in real life. So how do you, as
What is
your
this?
person, deal with
Is
your
this?
kids?
What is this rated? By the way,
You can. It's shameless. You can
Anything.
do it.
Okay.
Yeah. You
It's
can be
fucking
real.
bullshit. Because here's why. That whole cliche saying, it's life imitating art and art imitating, it's fucking garbage, because that was just a cliche saying, and then living it, it's like, oh my god, like Kev has twins, right? Like we had this whole thing where Kev fucks Veronica's mother, and then they have a whole threesome. And then in real life, I make sweet, passionate love to my wife, and then we have twins. And then, so it's like, it just, I don't know. It was kind of annoying a little bit, because it was just like random people coming up and saying that all the time. And it was like, yeah, it was cute at first, but then after like the umpteenth time, it was like, yeah, it's awful at times. You know, like children are really hard, because you don't want to raise monsters. You want to raise like, proper, normal humans, and that takes a Herculean effort not to turn them into monsters, because all you want to do is just leave them alone like they are a canine. Here's a bowl of water. Here's a bowl of food. You're 10 months old. Figure it out.
Well, that's the best birth control I've ever heard. I don't.
You don't have any kids?
No.
Yeah. So you have so much free
Now,
time.
Joyce is getting married in October,
Yeah.
so she's going to wait
So it's
until
coming
then.
soon-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I give you one piece of advice?
Please, anything.
Let me give you more than one. Sleep in.
Okay.
Like when it's like 12:30, 1 in the morning, go somewhere on a whim. Just go somewhere.
And this is all before.
This is all before.
Okay.
And it's like no, because everybody that's single thinks to themselves they have to like, no, I gotta eat well and do right and sleep and like get some sleep because I got a big day tomorrow. Bull fucking shit. Eat like shit. Go to Vegas on a whim. Spend tons of money. Make enemies. Like cause trouble. Go to Ralph's and just throw shit down aisle 10.
Ralph's.
Yeah, specifically Ralph's.
If you
not
don't know
Gelson's,
Ralph's, it's a
not Whole
grocery
Foods. Ralph's. And then because when another child comes, everything you want to do. What is that? Is that me?
That might be you.
Siri, fuck off. Where was I?
Throw shit at Ralph's.
Throwing shit at Ralph's. Because when you have the child, everything's about the child. And my wife and I, thank Buddha that we got through it, but it was hard. We had the one kid, and we're both actors, so we're like used to being like, mango slices now, bottle of water. This isn't 60 degrees. Like that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like, so then when like we come home and then like all the energy went to the kid, it was like, whoa, what is this all about? Then we did, he's 6 now. We had the twins, and it's like, we're better now. We can deal with it. I had him all day today. That's it's football Sunday. That's why I got the red cup. What's inside.
That's some really
Cheers.
good advice. Gotta be honest. Did you do all that stuff before you had kids, though?
No.
You didn't throw shit at Ralph's?
No. Well, I did, but that was for different reasons.
Okay.
I feel like you definitely went to Vegas on a whim.
I definitely. You know what the thing is though, is that I was always I had that kind of single mentality, like, oh no, I gotta do right today. I don't want to be a fucking dick. I don't want to be a loser. I want to get some good sleep. I don't want to do and then now with kids, it's like, oh my god, I should have been a raging fucking asshole more than I am now. because there's so much energy to raise a child. There's so much effort that needs to happen. So you raise a norm. See, a lot of people just like throw the nanny at them. You know what I mean? And then like move on, or they're around, they can't afford the nanny, so they just they're just like, fuck you, and then put all the shit on this child, and this child is raised with all this shit, and so they grow up and be like, why do I just feel like all this shit is on me? It's like, yeah, because your parents were just loading it up from day one. we're not trying to do that. I'm trying to raise leaders. You know what I mean? I'm trying to raise people that won't wear a toupee. You know what I mean? That'll, like, if their hairline
I don't know if that has
recedes,
to do
they'll
with
just
parenting.
shave it. They'll just shave it. They'll have the balls to just fucking, you know what? I'm bald, and I'm gonna just shave it. Like fucking,
I was watching something the other day, and the guy literally, Making a Murderer. Do you watch that show?
Yeah.
It's on.
It's bomb.
So one of the cops in the show from Manitowoc County has this little patch of hair right on the front of his head, but no hair else except right on the sides. And I kept yelling throughout the whole thing, "Why doesn't he just shave that? I just don't get it."
Ed Harris did a movie in the late '80s that had the exact same thing. It was like a quail, a quail thing. And it was like, and they're like, why wouldn't you shave? You know why? Because that's a man. Because he doesn't care.
Yeah, but
'Cause
you
he's
just
just like-
said the exact opposite.
No. Because the toupee, guys, the toupee.
Oh, okay.
Ed
You
Harris
got real hair.
and the cop didn't put the toupee on. They just left their little quail hair, you know, and then.
So you're like either one way or the other. No toupee.
No toupee.
Forget it.
No. People who wear toupees, it's awful.
Yeah.
Well,
Would you like to ask something?
we're definitely going to get to the first episode.
The third episode.
The third episode. The first episode was Steve
First
watching.
episode was amazing. Second episode was fantastic. The third episode, we're about to talk about.
Yes, we are.
So, and you don't actually, what it sounded like, you don't watch the shows, really, when they come out.
I watch the shows
Or were
like
you
I read
just
the
kidding?
scripts.
You don't.
Bullshit in my line. So I just TiVo fast everybody else's
Fast forward,
scenes,
everybody.
and then I
Get
watch
to your
my scenes.
to your
And
part.
critique
No.
yourself throughout the entire thing.
Sure.
So there was a part
If
where
you
he
can-
sighs.
If you can say this is critiquing. Listen, I masturbate to my own work. It's fantastic. It's the only thing that turns me on.
Well,
You gotta love what you
unfortunate.
do.
My publicist right here
truly
looking at me.
unfortunate.
You gotta love what you do.
Supposed to say that? Is that a
He's got
good
his
thing or
hand
not
on
a
his
good
head.
thing?
Oh, Lordy.
No, but look, we all have fetishes, right?
This is the best interview ever.
And
Continue.
mine is looking at my work. I like to.
Whatever floats your boat.
It floats.
Whatever tickles your,
Oh.
you know,
Joyce!
I was waiting for it.
pickle.
You need pickle.
Yeah.
Tickle your pickle.
I don't want a pickle. I just want to ride my motorcycle.
Speaking of
You have a
motorcycle.
motorcycle.
Speaking of motorcycles.
Speaking of motorcycle.
You broke.
Yes.
I saw it in. Okay. You feel guilty all episode. You cut Giannis's brake cord. You dirty
Yes,
bastard.
I thought it was his throttle cable. Kev thought it was his throttle cable.
Okay, he's paralyzed, and now you feel extremely guilty.
Yeah, Giannis played by the amazing Will Sasso. Will Sasso's so good and so funny.
He's hilarious.
We did a pilot together. We go back.
For what?
I can't even remember the title of it. It was so many years ago, but he played my brother.
Really?
Yeah. And like,
Interesting casting.
yeah, but we're kind of similar. Anyway, that second episode where we were screaming, it was so fun because it was like we were just trying to scream as loud as we could, but then it got a little too big. But in this episode, this time, I cut the Kev. Whatever.
Same.
One and the same.
Whatever, it's the same. Cuts the brake cable and he crashes into a car, paralyzes himself. Shit happens.
Well, V's hilarious this episode because she's trying to tell you not to tell Giannis that it was you.
Yeah, that's the one thing that Kev is not like me. He's way more sensitive than I am.
You would have just let
Would
it
you say
go.
honest as well or no?
I-
Because
I-
he literally blurts it out to everyone,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah, but that's like a defense mechanism, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, it's like a guy telling all his friends that he cheated on his, girlfriend, but he doesn't tell his girlfriend. You know what I mean? Or like, it's like, oh, I just, I cheat on my taxes, or I did this or that. It's to get off your chest.
He's like trying to find ways to make himself feel better, and everyone he
Exactly.
tells doesn't help. The person he needs to tell is Giannis.
Is Giannis, but that happens in the next episode.
Really?
Spoiler alert!
Spoilers!
Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
I like this. No one ever gives us
It gets a
spoilers.
little heated, but that is.
Well, but I mean, to be fair, Giannis can't do anything to you. He's like confined to a bed now.
Yeah, but the next episode when this happens, it gets heated. literally and figuratively.
Ooh.
Someone gets
There's
on
a
fire.
fire somewhere.
Interesting.
A campfire.
Hint,
There's
hint.
s'mores. Oh, that's fun. Okay, well,
Yeah.
good. There's more to come with your story then, which is exciting.
Is he gonna listen to V though? Like, is he? I feel like V has enough pull to like get Kev to not confess to Giannis, but well, I guess you said he's going to, but
You know what's funny is
it might take like the whole episode for him to do it.
Well, they're not always together either.
That's true.
but you kind of hit on something, that the relationship between Kev and V has turned in, is this relationship is so powerful and strong, right? They're each other's. What are they? They're what analogy can I use?
I mean, the
to
cliches
describe
rock.
Right, yeah. But they're more than that, because they literally share each other's organs. I mean, they're like, they breathe through each other's lungs.
Soulmates.
They're
Yeah.
two become one.
They're soulmates. And because of that, the relationship between myself and Shanola Hampton, who plays Veronica, I don't want to make her mad. I literally don't want to make her mad, because when she gets angry, it's awful. I hate it. She has become my second wife. I'm not joking.
She's your
How
legit
could
work
she not?
wife.
You guys
Yeah.
are literally, I mean,
We've
all
From the
over
first
each other.
episode.
Yeah.
We've gotten
Yeah.
very close in it, and there's something that I've never experienced before, but having a working partner that close. And then when we do have a argument or an upset, there is a feel like the rest of the day I'm just like, mother, like, and I have to go make it right with her, otherwise my day is shot.
Yeah.
So, hopefully that plays, but
Yeah, it does.
you
Definitely
think that-
does.
you
Oh
think
that-
my
Yeah.
gosh, you guys have been our
Heck
favorite
yeah.
couple for so long here.
I mean,
Yeah.
as a follow-up, last season it was basically the
Yeah.
season of Kevin V fighting the entire season. I mean, how was that? Kind of to get into character, because I mean that was difficult for us to watch.
I
We're like,
know.
Come on, get it together.
we didn't really know where it was going. We asked a lot of questions. They didn't really answer any of them, but that's kind of like the
That's
deal.
just how they work.
Yeah, and I think on purpose. So we keep it like they tell us a general, outcome of what the deal is, because when there's an upset, there's going to be a resolve, and then when there's something great, there's going to be a downfall. That's kind of like the drama. There's going to be a fight, or there's going to be a seduction, or there's going to be a negotiation. There's going to be one of those three, and then out of that, there's going to be the opposite. So when you have all that fight and that upset, and then they're like, was Kev V going to break up? We kind of knew eventually that we were going to get back together again, because that's how writers work. But when it was happening, we didn't know what the hell we were doing, because it was like, this doesn't feel good, because you bring on the feeling. Actors are really, actors are weird. Here, let me give you an example. If an actor's doing a scene, and the character has to be angry, a lot of times actors will be like, damn it, I don't get this scene. I'm supposed to be angry, and I'm pissed off because I can't get it, right? Or the actor has to play really emotional. Has to be really emotional. It's like, I don't get this scene. I have to play the scene, and I don't know what I'm doing. Right? It's like we're there. Like whatever that dictates, the character dictates, that the actor takes on. But you have to get out of your way, and that sometimes it's a lot. That's really hard. I mean, one of the things I do is, like, actors do this, and it's just like, I don't know where my hand is. I have no idea where my hand is in the scene. I just don't know where it is. And everybody else is like, oh my God, it's right in front of your face. And you're like, no, it's not. My hand is not in front of my face. So it's easier for people watching than it is to actually doing. So when it comes into the Kev and V, we're playing this relationship as Steve and Shanola, as well as playing Kev and V. And a lot of times, fortunately, there'll be two actors that are playing a love, like the famous one with Officer and a Gentleman. God, what's his name? Richard Gere and Deborah Winger hated each other, right? But their sex scenes were so like raw and organic.
Yeah.
But then you have like other actors that have a lot of chemistry that love each other, and it's kind of like vanilla. So the relationship between I'm burping over here. The relationship between the actors, you have to remember that like just actors that get along doesn't mean that they're going to play the characters to the height of their ability or tell the story the best way. Sometimes when the actors hate each other, that's the best way to storytelling. But fortunately, we all get along. Blah blah blah.
Well, I was going to ask you, Fiona and Sean.
Yeah.
In real life, did they automatically have chemistry because they're very passionate on
Yeah.
TV and
Well,
we can feel that and see that? So are they,
But then here's the other thing: is like it's a good question because the other side of that is the professionalism aspect. Emmy's been acting since she was like whatever. She's been acting forever.
Super young.
Dermot Mulroney is, he's been in everything, right? So they are two professional actors that even if they don't like each other, they're gonna tell the story. They're gonna execute. So that's a different deal. But I think like, more of my story was for like the day in day out, like showing up every day and dealing with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's tough because you have to tell a story, but you have to deal with these people. It would be really hard if none of us liked each other. But
I can imagine.
But we do like each other. Like obviously you guys hate each other.
So
I
much.
get it. I get it when I walked in.
It's just
Is it really that
so
obvious,
hard to
though?
sit here
Like-
with JJ. It's just
Yeah.
Is it so
raging
obvious?
bitch.
But you know what it does? It makes great AfterBuzz TV.
I was gonna say I watch a lot of your guys' behind the scenes on like Instagram and all that
Right.
stuff, and it just seems like a really fun set to be around. Like, do you find yourself hanging out there when you don't have to, just to like?
Sometimes just
Keep
to
yourself around
avoid
those
my
people?
family. Yeah. But
Oh.
we
That's a whole nother
we
story.
hang out. You know what we do? We shoot a lot of the exteriors. Well, not a lot, all of them in Chicago. So we all get to travel together, hang out in this hotel room, and party together. And Chicago's been amazing. They've been a second home for us. Very, very loving. I mean, I can't say everything that they've done, but the people there are very appreciative of our show, and they show it.
I saw they made a giant ice sculpture.
Yeah.
It said Shameless.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
I think that was in New York, though. Was that in New York?
Oh,
or
was it?
I don't know.
thought it was Chicago because
It might have been Chicago.
William H. Macy tweeted it and said that it was, really nice of them even when he's running around butt naked.
Yeah. I'm sorry, who?
Bill.
Yeah, Bill? No.
Frank? Oh, the up-and-comer.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we know who you
Just
have
the very
beef with.
small part of Frank.
Bill and myself and the Shameless alum, Justin Chatwin, he's no longer on the show. Good.
Ever?
For now
Good.
or ever.
Get away. Can we kill him? I thought he was dead.
Stealing the
No,
spotlight.
we did a motorcycle trip from LA to Aspen, Colorado.
Oh, cool.
And we got really it was awesome, but like when you're like living with the guys you work with and you get really intimate and you see their underwear on a day-to-day basis. And
What
you see
kind of
them
underwear
walk-
did they wear?
Bill had purple underwear.
All
I'm
right.
not gonna lie.
Oh, I
I'm not gonna
love it.
lie. I was
I
asleep.
expect that though. He's fun.
Justin threw a fucking live chicken on me.
What?
Where did he get a
Where
live
did he get
chicken?
that from?
Because we were in the middle of nowhere, in like of America, and there he threw a chicken on me. Thought it was funny, and I was like, "I'm tired." Like I'm.
That was
sleepy.
your reaction?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
like
it's
it
kind of
doesn't make
funny.
any sense. Yeah, to them they had a great chuckle, but I don't. I'm like, "Fuck you." And then one time,
What'd you do with the chicken?
Just
I
ran
fucking
away.
What
killed
happened to it?
No, you didn't.
You snapped
No,
its
you
neck?
didn't.
I killed it, and I skinned it, and I ate it. It was delicious. No, I didn't. I sent it away to the other chicks.
I feel like that's something
fed
you
it
might
like
just do.
The popcorn. There was a time we went to some place in Utah, and there was like this like bougie Utah hotel that Bill set up, and the chef was there, and the chef was there, and he was like some bougie chef, and it was cool. The food was okay. But we just got done doing like 10 hours on a motorcycle. And I was like, I'm hungry. I want a cocktail. I want to chill out. So we go to the hotel room, and we're all sharing this cabin, right? So like Bill's up there, I'm in one room, and then and fucking Justin's in another. So we all do our thing, and like we're gonna go meet at the restaurant. Okay, cool. So we go to the thing. I don't shower because I'm a man, and I'm on my steed, right? And I just got off of it. So we get to the thing, and Justin shows up, and I love Justin. Like he's my brother, right? And I love Bill. Bill and I are very tight. But Bill and I are there, and then Justin shows up, and I'm like, what is that smell? And he's like, oh, I put cologne on. I go, why? And he goes, because I thought I smelled because we've been on the road so long. And I go, it's just us, dude. It's just us. This is olfactory rape. I'm trying to enjoy my food. I need my senses to taste the food. You were disrupting all of that. I go, I'm going to sit down at a table. And Bill's like, Steve, we are not sitting at different tables. Who cares if he has cologne on? And I go, I do, Bill. I do. I can't smell this shit. And Justin's like, and so me and Bill are yelling at each other. And Justin goes, oh my God, I'm so sorry. So he's Canadian, right? So he's all sweet. Yeah, he's
so sorry.
How do you make a Canadian say I'm sorry? You step on his foot, right? So he goes to a campfire, and we see him outside the window, and all the smoke is rushing on him, and he's doing this with the smoke.
Oh my God, you made him feel so bad.
So he comes back. Oh, he's fine. He's a grown man. So he comes back and he goes, do I smell? Do I smell? Do I smell? I go, you smell like campfire. And he's like, is that good? And I'm like, yeah, sit down. So he sits down.
Me.
And it's like, it was so sweet. But, I don't know where I was going with that. But it's like, Bill and I and Justin, we did that we did 2 motorcycle trips, actually. Well, one to San Francisco and then from LA to Aspen, Colorado.
That sounds like fun, but it sounds like my butt would be super numb.
You guys just got together?
You know, Bill's he rides every day.
And do you actually call him Bill in real life?
Yeah,
Okay.
I call him Mason Bill.
Okay.
Mace when I'm fucked up, and then Bill like normally.
Okay.
Or
when you know he's wearing purple.
Or
underwear.
William when you're mad at him.
Or Felicity H. Muffman. That's what I call him, Felicity H. Muffman. He rides every day. He's got a Harley and a Triumph. And then Justin rides like he's a madman. He rode from like Canada to South America.
What?
Yeah, like he rode for weeks and weeks
That's
and months.
cool.
I
So
mean,
his Jimmy Steve Jack
Jimmy
character
Steve.
rides a motorcycle too, so that's all him.
Yeah, we all ride.
He knew how to do that already.
Did you just get a new bike for Christmas or
did,
January?
yeah.
Did she have a name or he?
She does not have a name yet because we haven't christened it. I like to ride with ape hangers. You guys know what ape hangers are?
I do
Are those
not.
the really
Big
high ones?
They're the handlebars that go up high.
Yeah.
Isn't that uncomfortable?
No, it's actually more
More
comfortable for me.
Does it help your back stay straight?
It just feels better because you're just kind of like hanging, and then I have to have my foot controls extended because I don't like my knees bent too much. So I haven't done that yet, but when that happens, it's on.
You need a little
Nice.
Sturgis trip.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a good ride up there. What is it? Where is that at?
South Dakota.
South Dakota.
I have been to. It was fun.
Have you really?
I did. Yeah, my college roommate was from South Dakota, from Sturgis. So one time we went back and went to the bike rally.
Wow,
it was
it's
a good
a
time.
lot of
That's
headbands
cool.
and
Yeah.
leather.
It was yeah,
Saggy tits.
lots. Yep, a lot of characters.
Not your thing.
I definitely want to go. I've never been. I've been to a lot of bike rallies and bike shows, but I've never been to Sturgis. Like that's the.
I think you'd have a good
the
time.
mecca.
That's the
I
Mecca I was gonna say.
And speaking of, bike rallies and all of that, you did a little stint in Sons of Anarchy.
I did. I was in Sons. That was
One
so
of my
fun.
one of my favorite shows.
Oh God.
I'm a huge fan of
Are you? I
Sons.
so
and Charlie Hunnam.
yeah. Charlie was really cool. He farted a lot, but
I can deal with that.
he's
can deal.
He's a very
It's
handsome dude.
natural. are you
That
gonna
was
do?
amazing. I was pulling my truck into a car wash, and I saw the showrunner Kurt Sutter, and he just came out of like a gym, and I had these boxes that my wife was asking me to go FedEx, So I was taking these boxes out, and I saw him, and I was like, Sutter! And I gave my keys, and I was like, Sutter! Sutter! And I screamed, and I ran up to him. And I was like, Kurt Sutter, I was like, what's up? My name is Steve Howey. I'm on a show called Shameless. I'm an actor. I got long hair. I ride Harleys. I'm going to be your best friend. I love you. I love your wife. I'm married. I got kids. You got kids. Dude, we're going to be best friends. This is what's happening. This is like the destined to be. I need to be on your show. I love your show. What's up? What's up? What's happening? And he's like, whoa. What show are you on? So I told him, and he's like, oh, yeah. John Wells runs that show, right? Yeah, John Wells. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right. You ride? Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, nice to meet you, man. Nice to meet you, dude. All right, take care. The next day, my agent called me and was like, I don't know what you said, but you got a job on.
No way, they just gave you the job.
Yeah.
You didn't audition or
Yeah,
anything.
he wrote a part, and he gave me the part, but it was
Hopper, right?
hot, but it was like for the rest of the series.
Mm-hmm.
But I only could do 3 episodes. Because the fucking devil lawyers say that you can only do 3 episodes if you're already regular on a show.
Really?
Oh, I had no
I didn't know
idea.
that.
Yeah, because of legalese, which is, just some garbage.
If it makes you feel better, the last season was my least favorite season of The Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, it was great though. I mean, it was Hamlet with bikes, right? I mean, there was so much.
God, it was so good.
There was so much stuff going on. Anyway, I loved being on that show. The guys were very cool to me. But being on a show and working in this town, I knew how to be. And this is a very interesting story, and I tell this to all the new actors that come into town. Don't talk to anybody. Don't talk. It's like when you're
Why is that?
So, because when you're working every day on a set, this is your job. This is your 9 to 5. You're doing it. But you have other bullshit that you're dealing with. You're dealing with like stuff with the, let's just say the writers or the producers. You're dealing with stuff that has to do with your the publicity. You're dealing with wardrobe. You're dealing with all these different things, right, on a day in, day out. So when a guest star comes in and goes, "Hey, I got a job. Hey everyone, I'm new here. It's so nice to meet you. So when I auditioned for it," it's like, we don't care.
Yeah.
Shut up. It's like, no offense to you, but like, this is not like, social hour. This is a job. Show up, do your job. So when I showed up, the first day was this big thing, and Charlie was at the head of the table and had all the guys on the long table, and there were extras and there was like the regulars. I didn't say shit to anybody. I stood right in the middle of like where all their cast chairs is, and I knew that you don't talk unless spoken to. And they asked me, it's like, "So you're on a show?" And I went, "Yep."
Waited for
What show was it? Shameless. And I never spoke anything. So that day, I ignored everyone. And the next day, everybody's got their arm around me and were like, "Dude, you got to be on the show more, man. We love you.
You got your
We
in."
love you." And because that's the thing. It's like, there's something about that, that reach and withdrawal. If you reach too much, this is like dating. I'm giving dating advice on AfterBuzz.
It's a little game.
Well, this is Carl and
Dominique.
Mm-hmm. It's,
You're so good.
Thank you.
You're so good at bringing everything back to the show.
I'm trying. So, Carl and Dominique, you can give them their
Carl is reaching a
dating
little bit
advice.
too much.
Yes, which she even tells him at the end of the episode.
But look at that one scene though, right? She walks by and she goes, "You're gonna just let me walk by?"
Yeah, that was the withdrawal
That
part.
was the withdrawal.
Those are the kind of things in the show where I'm like, that's really close to reality. Because there have been times where I'm like, all right, I don't like
You
this
got
guy because he's
cornrows and
bugging me,
tried
and then I got ignored, or he left for like a month, and I'm like, damn, I kind of miss him. I like this little twerp.
Well, she likes the attention. She's like getting called out, but she likes Shakespeare, and Carl likes.
Beautiful girl.
Well, I like her. I think she might be good for him.
Yeah, I mean that was good.
It was
It's
a
not-
good, yeah.
It's because you're a gangbanger.
So how about what do you think about the whole selling guns in school storyline? Because Fiona keeps asking him if he's selling drugs, and he keeps saying no, and he's not lying, but she doesn't know that he's selling guns at school, and all of the teachers are degenerates, and they're all buying it from him.
Guns seem less lucrative than drugs, though. Safer, it seems.
But the professors
Not yet.
the teachers are buying them, and they're willing to spend more money than the kids are.
And they're willing to whip it out in the middle of the lunchroom for no reason.
Which
when
I'm
someone
still a
drops
little
it.
confounded about.
Just
that was
A little confused.
yeah. I don't know. Dropping a tray
Yeah.
constitutes, pulling your sidearm. But you want to know the honest answer?
I do, please.
Well, let me answer it in another way. I have no one to vote for politically for president, and here's why.
Oh God. You're the one at Thanksgiving that everyone's
I
like,
am,
oh God.
I am 3 pro G. I'm not religious, but I'm pro God. I believe that if you believe in a God, whatever your God is, you should, and I respect that. I am pro gay. I believe if you love someone, they're the same sex, you should marry them and love them, have children, fine. And I'm pro gun. I shoot guns. I own many. I have I have competed in gun competitions,
Oh really?
rifle and pistol, and I've placed.
Cool.
Thank you. I don't hunt because I'm
Pro deer.
I am not pro deer. But yeah, it's so when they say that you need to have some protection, I believe that because listen, even President Obama, who doesn't really appreciate a lot of the Second Amendment opinions, said that Michelle and him were the First Lady. Michelle, were driving in the middle of, somewhere, and they said that if I lived in this barn, I would want a rifle or a shotgun to protect myself because the cops would be so long. Right? Should there be like all these guns in a city? No. Should there be this? No. Should there be background checks? Yes. Should there be more? Yes. There are common sense things. It's not just black and white. Should principals be asking some delinquent with cornrows for a gun? Obviously not. I think that was like some fun on the writer's part. But I do believe in self protection, right? I do believe that there is, if you did it right. And then if I can back it up, I went to a competition with my mentor who taught me all about gun safety. And he was on me about gun safety from the get-go. And one time I have a holster. It's a Kydex. It's a plastic holster that fits my Glock. It's a 9mm, but it was catching, and I kept pulling it out. And I was like, hey man, this doesn't feel. And he's like, don't do that. And we're in the waiting area before we go off to the different the sections, the competition areas. And he goes, don't do that. And I go, why? And he goes, you don't take your gun out of the holster unless you are ready to engage on the target. And I go, why? And he goes, it's like a samurai sword. You don't unsheath it unless you're ready to draw blood, right? Mm-hmm. That was his way of saying it, but it's like, it's not a game. Keep it always in. You never, ever, ever take it out. And so the thing is the people who are gun advocates, they abide by a regimen of safety that I don't think people a lot that don't understand about guns they don't get it.
Sure.
They don't understand that the gun nuts, quote unquote, are freaks about safety. But there's a lot of people who aren't, that are criminals, who are weirdos, that are just like, I got this, what's up. And so that's where it gets bad, because obviously it is a very dangerous weapon. It's a deadly weapon, but there's a lot of deadly weapons out there, and I think that, especially with now it's been politicized, and Jesus, what are we talking about? It's a show. It's the show. It's the principal. It's his fault.
Well, Carl carries around a bag of guns, so he's obviously not following any safety rules. I mean, he has a duffel bag.
That's the
of
thing.
Guns.
When actors have their finger on the trigger, it drives me crazy.
Because you know they're never going to actually...
No, because they've never held a gun before. Because everybody that's held a gun knows that if you have a gun in your hand, you never, ever, ever have your finger on the trigger unless you're pointing at somebody and willing to shoot it. There are guys, there are military guys that will be engaging someone and they still won't have their finger on the trigger. They'll have it in their hand. They'll still have their right across the base of the gun, and then their guys are just like, oh, what are we gonna do today? You know, and it's like they have to.
And then wonder why they shoot themselves in the
What
foot.
are you doing?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Sorry how I alienated everyone because of my pro 3Gs.
It does bring up a good
Fans
question
are gonna love
that
you.
we talked about this last time. There's gentrification. You know, we're talking about
God.
with Deb and Fiona. There's the abortion, and we just talked about gun control. Do you want kind of the fans almost to kind of have these discussions based on the show? Because as you described, it is a comedy, and we laugh about it and joke about it all the time.
Yeah.
But these are serious issues, nonetheless.
That's a good.
We're making lighthearted.
Yeah.
You know, it's.
No, it's a good. Really
I don't know, like, because it brings up a very sensitive point to me. Is this whole gentrification thing? Is that for the last 6 years we've gone to Chicago, and we've gone to areas that have been low income, and specifically where the Gallaghers live and where Kev and Veronica live. There's no gentrification going on there. So to bring up the storyline was very poignant to me because I was like, you know, what are we doing here? And I get that, like, you know, you're creating a story, you're creating a thing, but to bring up the socioeconomics of a certain area, I think you have to kind of investigate it first. And in the areas that we were shooting at, there's no coffee houses being developed or raw soap or any kind of other, like, you know, I don't even know what you call them. What do you call them?
They're not serving IPAs.
Yeah. And so this whole thing that happened, it was kind of weird to me, but, you know, I don't write the shows and I'm not as smart as the writers, so maybe they know something I don't. But I wasn't down with it. I wasn't really down with it. I was kind of just like, I don't think this is cool. It's like 10 people died here, like last weekend. No one's moving in. People, like, the African American community is moving out. Are we talking about, like, affluent lesbians moving in? Whatever. I don't know. But see, I probably put my foot in my mouth, but I probably should have talked about that. But I did bring it up, and it kind of got shot down, and it is what it is. But I get paid to do what I do, so I'm not complaining.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is something to that. I do agree with what you said about, like, the fans should talk about it. Like Debbie keeping the baby. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I don't know if I agree with the abortion. I don't know. I think it's
We have a lot of fans commenting on that topic alone with us on YouTube.
Obviously, you know, 3 females here. I mean, you guys know your body more than anybody else. And who's to say that you can't do with what you want to do with anybody else? But should you just have sex and then be like, oh, it's okay, like, if I do get pregnant, I can, abort it right? No. Obviously, that's not. It's the same thing with, there's a lot of common sense guidelines, I think.
What would you say, like, because Fiona, as she says, like, the pill is worth shit. You know, so she was on the pill, so she was trying to at least be somewhat thoughtful of it, whereas Dabs was like, oh, we don't need that, I'm on the pill, even though she specifically
and purposely tried to have a baby.
Yeah, she went out and wanted to have the baby and got the baby, and now wants to keep the baby.
Yeah.
Which isn't a good message either.
Yeah, that's something that we touched upon while we were watching it.
But again, this is Shameless.
Right.
We're not trying to, like, tell the best stories, and then maybe that whole gentrification thing, because that's where I came with it. Maybe it was like maybe it was hitting a button with me on purpose. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying that the writers are smarter than me. So they are doing things that are causing a conversation and also upsetting the actors that are playing the characters. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? It's creating a conversation.
Yeah.
And people are talking about it. Maybe that's the goal. I don't know. I don't talk to them on that kind of level.
Well, you said a great line to the 2 lesbians about how you guys were just fine in this neighborhood before they ever showed up. And, maybe that making you mad really allowed you to play that part very...
The line before that line, that was the second episode, was Giannis was going on and on about, and then Kev says, he screams out, just tell me the story without the gay bashing. So he defends him and he defends them in one stance.
Yeah.
But
That's
then,
very true.
And then and then later on he's like, yeah, we were better off before you came around.
If there's one show to make you feel conflicted, like you were just talking about, it's definitely this show.
You know,
Because the characters go back and forth a lot, not just...
conflicted is a really good word, because we would just watch the show and we laughed in some scenes and it was so serious in some scenes. And that's where that whole dramedy word comes into play. You know, whatever, people don't like the drama, but it's a new world. Like, you know, life is tough, it's funny, it's awful, it's great.
It's extreme.
And so, you know, this show is unlike a lot of other shows, and that's what's, I think, so great about it, is that it is funny, but it's also very serious and heavy.
Well, it's very real. I think, like, I really enjoyed tonight the fight between Debs and Fiona, and when she had to finally show the tough love and say, like, I'm not going to support you. I'm not waking up. I'm not changing a diaper. I
love that too.
Yeah,
I
it was
loved that
great.
scene.
Yeah.
It was a turning point for
it
her.
was.
Well, and also the other way around, Deb saying, I really need, you know, right before that, Deb had never said anything to her besides, I'm keeping this baby. I'm allowed to do whatever I want to do with my own body. She finally cried and broke down and said that she really needed some support from somebody and really wanted, you know, it to be okay. But yeah, then she got some tough love.
I think the harshest line was when Fiona said, "You do have Frank in your corner,
And that should scare you.
and you should be crying,
Yeah.
and you should."
That line was awesome.
So good.
Yeah.
Frank's
so
best
good.
line of the night was, "It's like take your daughter to work day."
Oh my god.
Or the intervortion.
That's how good an
That's
actor he is, though. He can make that character that's so unlikable likable.
Yeah.
That's how good he is. Because you know how many actors that would just destroy that. I mean, they would.
Oh, he's a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the best. He's an American treasure.
Yeah, because on the
Yeah.
surface, there's nothing to really
With
love
purple
about him.
underwear.
He's a party animal, and we didn't know. I was hoping we could play a little game with you. I think this would be a perfect time.
So down for games.
Yes, it's gonna be good.
Okay,
Test
so
your memory.
we're gonna play a little game of who tweeted this. So I pulled tweets from your co-stars, and they're all, you know, funny and random, and we're gonna see if you can guess who tweeted them.
And you're pretty active on social media, so you should be good at this.
I try to be.
You should.
I
Okay.
was told to be more active, so
All right. Well, this is how we start. You being more active. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. First one. When preparing food for others, don't use the tasting spoon as the mixing spoon. It's okay to have two different spoons. Who tweeted that?
I know.
Drum roll.
You have 5 seconds.
I mean,
No. That was Shanola Hampton.
Shanola.
She does not
You don't
like
even know
people
your
mixing
wife.
spoons.
Don't even know your own wife.
Second wife.
Does she cook? Does she cook a lot?
Yeah, she cooks, but I didn't even. I should have thought of her too. She tweeted that?
She tweeted that on the 11th of December.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna need the date too.
Yeah. Just so you know, I'm not making it up.
Alright.
Next one.
Okay, next tweet. Blinds closed, ordered a pizza. Not getting out of bed today. Hot date with Netflix. Don't touch me. I need this.
Wow.
I think it's the reading that throws it off.
Well, that's good. I don't want him to know.
That sounds like a chick. So, Emma?
That's where I confused you there, brother. It's Cameron.
I was gonna say
Ian.
Cameron. I was thinking
No,
Cameron.
That's fine.
Yeah, he really just needed a hot date with Netflix and pizza.
He's a chick.
Okay.
I'm 0 for 2.
Okay, third time's a charm. Here we go.
This is terrible.
I'm on set. 9 scenes today. Started with a foot race and finished with a blowjob. Lovely way to make a living.
What? That could be anyone.
Yeah, there are a lot of blowjobs in
Finish
Shameless.
with a blowjob. Foot race?
The question you have to ask yourself is: are they receiving the blowjob or are they
Right.
giving
Yeah.
the blowjob?
Yeah, there's so many questions about the blowjob.
Yeah.
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
They're receiving the blowjob.
They're receiving the blowjob.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay. No, it's not. Is it Bill?
It's Bill! Yeah! Ding, 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 ding. You got
I was
one.
about to say purple underwear.
Purple, yeah. Purple.
So you already knew it?
I read that
Yeah,
one
she tried
earlier.
to quiz me earlier. I got it wrong the first time.
Okay.
Okay. One
Next
for
tweet.
three. 1 for 3.
If you don't understand donuts and tequila, you don't understand parenting.
Oh,
I was trying to trick you. It was Steve. Okay, here's another. This one was a good one. I just liked this because it had to do with Shameless.
And bad diet.
There you go. Okay. Joan Cusack is the best, most genuine, generous person ever.
True.
I admired a vase in her house, and she made me take it home with her.
Oh, that's
I love
Emmy.
her.
I know
That's
this one
Emmy.
too. Yeah.
That's Emmy.
That's Emmy.
I love Joan Cusack. That character was by far my favorite character on the show, and I'm so
Yeah.
sad that she's gone.
Well,
Yeah.
you've told us a lot about what's coming up. Is Sheila coming back?
I don't think so.
Like ever?
Is that a lie?
I don't know.
I think
Okay.
you have such a bad lying
You're
face.
so bad at lying.
I have no idea. I don't think
Someone
so.
signed an NDA.
Deny.
Joan Cusack's one of the best people on the planet.
She seems
She
like a
seems
lot
like
of fun to hang out with.
Yeah, she told me it was the funniest thing one time. I was talking to her. We had a scene together, and we were just talking forever. And I did most of the talking. And
Really?
she was listening, and then she finally said, if you figure out all of the crazy shit that's going on with you, you could be really successful. And I was like, yeah, you're fucking right. That was amazing. And it was funny and true and amazing at the same time, but kind of harsh too.
I'd imagine.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's how great she is. Is that she was like, she's so honest, she's so sweet, she's so amazing. Her family is amazing. She's got 2 giant boys, and her husband is a lawyer. And we would go to her house because she lives in Chicago, so we would go and party over at her house. And she was, I don't know, I can't say anything. She's one of those people that are I don't know, very special.
Yeah, she seems like it. She's just cool.
Like if she walked in right now, everybody would feel intimidated.
Yeah?
Yeah, because she's just like, hi.
I feel like she demands a room, but in like a not like she doesn't command, like she doesn't ask for it. She just has a presence.
She does, and she's like, yeah.
Should be cool to.
She
hang
has a
out with.
gravitational pull about
Yeah.
her.
Can you tell her to come on our show?
Yeah. She lives in Chicago, so I don't know if you want to
She
be
does
like,
full time?
yeah. She
So that was
lives
easy for her when she was
full
there.
on Chicago.
Yeah.
How cool. Okay, one more tweet just because I like this one. Yeah, let them see your hair.
Switching it up.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah,
We'll do this as the last one.
2 for 4.
2 for 4. Why are there no gluten-free muffins on the set? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Hashtag LA problems.
That's so Emmy.
It is! Yay!
She's
She
super
gluten-free.
gluten-free.
And then just case in gluten's delicious, by the way.
Oh, I love gluten.
Gluten's
It's one of my
delicious.
favorites.
Can't live without it.
You might feel bad and you might have a cramp in your stomach, but it feels good to have that. Just like
Have you ever had a gluten-free muffin?
a spouse.
No.
They're weird.
They're probably like
feel
$11,
weird. They're
too.
like grainy. They crumble up
Oh,
in
they're
your
awful.
mouth.
This whole health shit, it's just a roux. Vegans, don't get me started. I swear to God, I don't know why I don't live in Texas.
Oh my god.
I should be.
I drove through Texas because I was driving here when I moved cross country and drove right past a slaughter farm, which I had never done before. I mean, like thousands of cows. And I just kept saying to my mom, because she drove with me, oh God, like these are all gonna die, but you're so delicious and I can't not eat
delicious.
you.
Can't.
They probably have the best steak ever right on the side of the road. So
I have a horrible story that I won't tell.
you should tell it now
'Cause
that
I'll
you
get
said
I'll
that.
get in trouble. I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
But I will say you're not supposed to eat a lot of meat.
Yes.
It's not good for you.
Correct.
But some animal protein slipped in is pretty good. Just some.
All right, I look forward to that story after this panel. Okay, well, I want to talk about Lip and Ian a little bit, that way we're not keeping you here all night.
They got in a fight.
They got in a fight.
They
which
punched
isn't their,
each other.
Which isn't their first fight ever on
No.
this show. They get in some real good fights with each
Yeah.
other.
But this one was particularly hard to watch from Ian's perspective.
Sad.
He got like slapped in the face with the inadvertent, like you're not smart enough feeling.
It's hard to see him struggle and
Yeah.
try not finding a place where he
Like, Lip didn't
belongs.
mean to do that to him, but it just happened.
That's Cameron is an amazing actor, and so is Jeremy. Everybody is very good in their own right, but Cameron, for whatever reason, has a certain way to pull the emotion strings, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big
And
time.
there's something about his face and his delivery, and then that scene in like when they're slouched and they're drunk after the party, and he's like, "Can I crash here?" And Lip's like, "Absolutely." And he's like, "But forever, because Fiona's giving me shit, and her and Debbie, like they all fight all the time." And he's like, "Well, Elena comes over." And,
Yeah.
oh,
We were talking about earlier, this show makes you feel conflicted about different things. And I felt conflicted about, what Lip said when he was like, I've earned my space. It's like, I believe him. I don't blame him for saying that because it's true.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, his brother is sweeping up the mess in the hallway. Like, he's trying to get out, but he's not letting him
What I thought was
stick around.
Yeah, and what I thought was interesting is this whole, panel, or since when I've been on it, and even this season, we've been saying that Lip is going to college because he wants to help his family, and he wants to do everything that he can for his family, and then tonight, all of a sudden, it's like, whoa, that changed. Like, he didn't automatically do something for his family members. And usually a lot is on his shoulders, which is why he's, like, I gotta take a breather here. I like not being at home and being by myself.
yeah.
So it was a little, different to watch.
Not the kind of help he was thinking he would be giving his family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. He probably just assumed financial help eventually down the road.
Yeah.
What do you think that ambiguous last scene was about with Ian and the firefighter? That was ambiguous. Or was it?
I wonder if it's like...
As you open your
Is this ambiguous?
Everyone, man and woman, of a guy in a uniform. Am I
true.
right, ladies?
That's very true.
You are correct.
You can't lie about. He either had an epiphany that he wants to be a firefighter, or he's about to get lucky next episode.
Oh, I think he wanted to get lucky right then.
Maybe both will
Maybe
happen.
both. Maybe both will happen.
On the fire pole.
That'll be a
The
first.
fire pole is actually the first stripper pole.
Yeah, exactly. right. I don't know. That's interesting. Well, that's good. Why don't we get into predictions then? A little predictions for next week.
Sure.
It's something fun we like to do here.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
And then aliens come out of nowhere. Oh, we didn't get the lights. Usually there's lights and... Sorry.
Hey, Mark.
Well, before we do predictions, really quick, can I share something? A little story. So we met a few years ago randomly in Vegas. It was a little encounter, and I have a picture.
Steve was down 1,500 on the blackjack
And
table.
you had pigtail braids, and it's funny
Oh my
because
gosh.
my back was turned towards you, but my dad recognized you, which is weird to me because this is one of those shows where it's uncomfortable to watch with your parents.
Yeah.
So I wonder what scene my dad was thinking of when he recognized you.
One of the naked ones,
Because
for sure.
I remember vividly him walking into me watching the show with like you and V having sex or something.
Where
So-
are we? What casino are we at?
I forgot which restaurant it was, but
Was it a
I
restaurant?
think it was at a steakhouse in Cosmo.
Okay.
Joyce, you look
No.
great in that picture.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was really nervous and my dad's like, take a picture. I was like, no, I'm too shy.
Yellow.
But thank you.
Wow.
Are those your wife's
Woo.
hairbands?
I have no idea.
Because, honestly, where else would you get those?
Oh, yeah. I know, right?
They're immortalized on my Instagram,
Oh, good.
and you can see them forever. And you made my trip with my parents to Vegas.
That's awesome.
This was a highlight.
Do you prefer long or short hair?
Short.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't drinking because my nose is that red.
It's the filter. I chose a poor filter.
No, it's fine. Yeah, I had some really long hair for a couple of years of Shameless. It was down to my back.
That
Yeah, that's
long?
long.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And then it was just like, okay, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like when I,
You could flip it.
I would, yeah, like a wrestler out of the shower. But then, like, the whole thing with, you guys know this, it takes forever to dry.
Oh, yeah.
So then I wouldn't wash it. And it would just be like a stink mask.
Were you like forming dreads after a while?
Oh, it was so gross. And then I could smell it, and it was like so gross that I was like, okay, this is it. I'm done.
It's a hassle, isn't it?
And
it's
then
the
they didn't
worst.
know the show didn't know, so I came back. Was it 5th season?
You didn't tell him.
I didn't tell him. So I came back and my head was shaved. And they're like, and they owned my hair.
Oh.
They
Oh,
owned
shit.
me. Yeah,
That's
so
weird.
they could kind of like, one actor years ago was sued because his character was like this pretty boy blonde surfer guy, and he shaved his head, and they were like, no. So I was kind of like, sorry. So they put me in a wig for 2 episodes,
Oh, wow.
and then they wrote it in that I got it shaved. And I think that was the 5th season.
Shoot.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's when you went
Yeah.
short.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And
Yeah, I mean, they were good because they used it. V was like, "That's my hair. What are you doing?"
Right. Yeah. Which is
That was a
It
subliminal
was
message.
it was symbolic.
Like,
It was symbolic of the show. Yeah.
I didn't even know you were wearing a wig.
That's
Yeah,
good.
Good
couldn't
wig.
tell.
Yeah.
Then Sharon will be very happy. She's the head.
Good job, Sharon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Let's
what
get those
else, guys?
Predictions.
Predictions
We're
now.
gonna predict
Sorry
what
to
we think is
interrupt.
gonna happen next week.
Our AfterBuzz TV
There's the aliens.
predictions.
I mean, the biggest thing was the eviction notice in many ways, but I
Definitely.
feel like they've faced that before.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's always a matter of severity, you know?
Well, and they mentioned the auction, that the house was going to go up for auction, and they could possibly buy it back. And now Carl has a lot of gun money.
But
so
in shameless fashion, like they would cut that off, you know, just in time for them for the auction. Like I feel like his success is going to go downhill as soon as they have to face like this auction and possibly try to buy the house.
sure, because all the teachers gave their guns back already, so
Yeah.
the sales might go down.
Yeah, and we know that Carl's teachers are not like Lip's teachers. They're not going to pay for anything.
You guys are
They're not going to help.
fully into the story. It's crazy.
We
We're
are.
giving this the high school
guys
AP
legit-
analysis.
That's why we're doing that.
Wait, you guys legitimately watch the show?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
We
amazing.
legitimately like your character a lot.
That's a shock.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I'm beloved by everyone.
By yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by everyone.
Yeah.
My
JJ, what do you
universe
think?
goes past right here.
But like just here.
No, not that far.
Oh,
Just
okay.
here.
I'm sorry. You're right.
My prediction was that I did think Ian was going to get a new love interest with the
Yay.
firefighter. But I also had another question to ask everybody. Like, what you thought, if Nick is going to have a first word, what would it be?
Duh.
And if we're going to get it.
Abort.
I think it's gonna be something highly intelligent. Like it'll be like maybe.
That's a good question.
Oh, yeah, tell us what you said about the...
He's really
in
smart.
real life.
Yeah,
The
he
kid.
went to Stanford and
That's awesome.
he's a
He writes
Tutor.
algorithms, right?
Helps
Yeah.
the casinos with...
and he like I get poached by a casino to come up with algorithms to help the casino win more money. He's a genius.
That's cool.
Yeah, and he's a very
And good
nice
to know
guy.
that casinos do that.
Yeah.
No wonder.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what his first word would be. Actually, I do.
I think.
So he does
I have an
speak.
idea. I have an idea. He's gonna teach Carl. Like he happens to know Shakespeare, so he's gonna teach Carl Shakespeare to get close to Donald.
Ah.
That's not bad, right?
No, that's a good prediction, Joyce.
I don't know. He'll
That is
start
good.
reciting Romeo and Juliet, or something a little more romantic.
Yeah, right.
I still think he's somehow saving Carl with something's gonna go bad with the guns, and
Yeah.
he's gonna step in, take a bullet, and say something. I don't know, say
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, maybe Carl will recite some Romeo and Juliet, and he'll get it wrong.
Yeah, and then
Nick's like, no.
nah, dude.
Look, love, night's candles are burnt out, and Jock and Day stands tiptoe on the misty mountaintops.
You probably know a lot of Shakespeare.
I know some.
A little something.
Don't be
something.
modest.
I know a little something.
Maybe Debs is gonna go to Florida.
You got some predictions, Phil?
Other than that, no, I mean, we'll see. I mean, the eviction was kind of the last thing that they really gave us, and they didn't really give us... They like to tease us, but not really give us much.
I want to
Yeah.
ask you guys a question then.
Yeah.
Do it.
What do you think is going to happen with Giannis?
Yeah,
You said it gets
Yeah.
heated.
It's heated.
I think there's a Greek mafia somewhere.
I don't
that
think he's
gonna call
actually
upon.
paralyzed.
Heated.
He's gonna come back from his paralyzation.
Maybe he burns their house down, and we're gonna see the firefighter again.
Jeez, I love that correlation.
Somebody wants him to come back. I don't know.
Well, I think he still thinks the lesbians did it.
That's what I mean. Maybe he's gonna.
Well,
Or
The
you already
leases.
said something.
Yeah.
The leases.
The leases.
Excuse
I
me.
mean, technically, he's got to just get to the window to like be able to throw a grenade right at their house or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well, right.
I mean, that's escalating a little bit too much. But
Where
the
is
way
he getting
he's
the
talking,
grenade in his bed?
he's got to have some sort of.
He has one.
shooter or something.
Listen, just the
right?
way he said, like, I'm never getting laid again unless I pay for it. So there are ways of getting
Yeah.
things as long as he pays for them.
Svetlana.
True.
I love her, by the way. I'll just add that in there.
Svetlana Giannis could be interesting.
God, I think she's so good.
I will say this: Svetlana does get a little bit more intimate.
Oh,
With.
I'll leave it there.
Okay.
that's a good
I think that's a good place to leave off.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tease us with a little something we can
Little
look forward to.
cliffhangers.
Yeah. Well, thank you
Yes.
for coming.
Thank
We
you
had
for
a lot of
having
fun.
me.
Yeah.
And we
This
learned a
was-
lot of little stories
given
and
us
behind the scenes secrets that we really enjoy.
Some good insight on some really hot topics.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Where
for
can
having me.
they find you on social media so they can follow all of your other funny tweets?
I guess just my name, Instagram Steve Howey, and then Twitter's Steve Howey.
Awesome.
So
Easy
Keeping it
enough.
simple.
I don't have
The Steve Howey?
Stevie Hoser or you know that Hawaiian name Howley for like white boy.
No. Howley?
Let me tell you, Howie and Howley is very close. I don't like that. But no, for like the Hawaiian term for white boy is like Howley.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like,
I
that's
didn't know that.
Is it meant to be offensive? Or?
yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
like
That explains it.
like gabacho, or what was the one you told me, Javier?
Sinvergüenza?
Simbawenza. No, that's no shame.
Shameless.
That's shameless. No. Sinvergüenza. That's Spanish for shameless.
Yes.
All right.
Sinvergüenza.
Joyce, where can they find you on social media?
All right, you guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at JJ Ajouri. I've got some snaps of this guy right here. Check them out. They're really funny. And yeah, see you guys next week.
And I'm at JJ Jurgens on Twitter and Jurgens JJ on Instagram.
Phil.
And follow us here at AfterBuzz TV, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff.
And you can find me with Steve on Twitter at Hayley Clover, Instagram at Hayley Clover. And make sure you guys are continuing to comment. We loved reading the comments last week. They were super fun. And we will see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.